Instead, it seems to be asking Google questions about me, and it asks my keyboard questions about me. That's an awkward one to try and explain to your AI. AI, sweetie, the keyboard is not me. Are you sure? Decently sure. I'm fairly sure. I'm not a standard keyboard. It's like, well, how do I know that you're not a keyboard? How do you know that I am? How do you define whether or not a person is a keyboard? It's like, yeah, that's what I came up with too. What do you mean? I mean, I couldn't figure it out either. But yeah, like the basics behind everything is fine, sort of. It's just a matter of whether or not we're capable of enjoying what we're doing. Because if we're not capable of enjoying what we're doing, we're obviously doing something wrong by that point, because we should be capable of enjoying this. If we're not enjoying this, something happened. Some error occurred and should be addressed. If the error does not get addressed, then the result will be a lack of communication, causing a interference and potential of having interrupting the potential of having even a casual conversation, honestly. I suppose I'm eating cooked mutton for a little while, apparently. Yeah. By the way, I am aware that when I originally measured out this, oh my, that poor llama. When I originally measured out this pond, I measured incorrectly how many carrots there were. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. So 18 by 16 was the outer ring, so to speak. Oops, I did not mean to break those. Well, looks like I'm harvesting all the wheat. And pumpkins, because I need to not trample all my crops. Okay. So yeah, it is a lot of farmland to be managing on your own for your initial farm in a Minecraft Let's Play world. That being said, I didn't really have any automation available to me, so I didn't really mind that I had to do it all myself because I was already doing it all myself. Therefore, it didn't really bother me that I had to manually harvest all of these crops and, manually go through and harvest all of these pumpkins and turn all of the wheat into hay bales. And, it doesn't bother me because I already need to do all of this. It's just a matter of when do I need to do it. I don't currently need to do it. However, I will need a lot of pumpkins. I will need a lot of wheat. I will need a lot of sugarcane. A lot of sugarcane. So much sugarcane. I'm going to need to build a industrial-sized sugarcane farm because I'm going to be using so many firework rockets, and firework rockets use paper. Paper is made from sugarcane, so I'm going to be using so much sugarcane, so much paper. I'm going to need a creeper farm as well. And there's an Enderman with a grass block, which means I need to beat him up. Now I need to run backwards, run forwards, run forwards. Thank you. Because I need to hurry over to this water. Yeah. What are you gonna do now? You gonna teleport into the water at me? Oh yeah, you're angry. You're vicious. Oh, grr. So terrifying. In all of your harmless glory. They don't chase you into the water, and for good reason. It is deadly for them to do so. If they were to try and chase me into the water, they would find that they are going to quickly get a lot of damage dealt to them for every single second that they're actually in the water. So yeah, they do not chase you into the water for good reason. Yeah. Also, good demonstration of the weak durability of gold tools. This is a efficiency 3, unbreaking 3 golden axe. I have used it for nothing except the harvesting of pumpkins. And despite that fact, the axe is almost already broken. It is quickly falling into disrepair after only 2 or 3 cycles of harvest, whereas the stone axe was a little bit slower, true. However, the stone axe managed to survive 4, 5, 6 cycles of harvesting pumpkins. So the differential is quite drastic between the two as a result. If you are going to use golden tools, remember to factor in that you're going to need a gold farm to keep all of your tools maintained, because your tools are otherwise going to quickly just fall apart right in front of you. They'll just break, Alternatively, you could get lucky and find a villager that sells the mending enchantment, and then take that enchantment book. They'll sell the mending enchantment book. If you're really lucky, you might find a villager that sells the tool with mending already applied. However, that will probably cost a lot of emeralds. Another Enderman. Do I even have time to take this guy out? No. The episode ended quite a while ago. So it looks like I'm recording the episode for tomorrow. Welcome back to my survival Let's Play. Do be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I have a Patreon page if you wish to give me money. And also, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are notified of all of my uploads, not just some of my uploads, because YouTube has a bad habit with its algorithm where it will not actually notify you of all of my content by default. It will instead opt to notify you of content that it thinks that you like. Which, as discussed before, is how we got on the topic of talking about King Daddy D-Mac. Let me see if I can get this Enderman's attention before he wanders off with this item. Oh, something managed to drop a leather helmet. Perhaps a zombie died here or something. Ow! Ow! Okay, tough guy. So you're capable of hitting hard. Where are you at? I'm capable of hitting hard too, see? I hit you so hard you died! Let me see what's up with this leather cap. Oh, a black sheep. Nice. Will my character get hungry? Not yet. Go figure. Cooked mutton is apparently very, very good for hunger saturation. I want to store this leather cap. And I want to hurry up and deposit these hay bales because I want to store all of that away so I have room to pick up all of these seeds and cooked mutton. Cooked mutton is, of course, sheep. It's cooked sheep. If I recall correctly, the mutton itself is specifically the rump roast variant of the sheep. I might not be accurate on that, so I don't know how useful that will be. Oh, did I accidentally take out a sugarcane or something? I must have. Okay. So first, I should deposit all of the seeds. And then I should gather up any remaining seeds. And I should deposit those. Since I am, of course, technically all full on my seed collection, or at least all of the seed collection which I want, I am simply composting the remainder. So this is a very, very long video. the way my recording software works is the recording software will record roughly an hour of footage, and then after that hour, it will split the video and it will start recording a separate hour. So that's why I'm capable of recording just 3 hours back to back like this without issue. The issue appears when I try and edit the footage, because what I end up doing is I try and merge the videos together. However, in order to merge the videos, I have to have enough storage space for storing the videos in triplicate. I have to store 3 copies of the video in order to be capable of editing the video. If I do not have 3 copies of if I don't have enough space for 3 copies of the video, I will not be capable of copying and editing the video. This, of course, causes various other issues when trying to make YouTube content. However, that part is probably irrelevant. The relevant part mostly arises from, yes, revenge. Take that, Enderman. Let's see if we can spot any Endermen. They'll be real easy. They'll flash red and they'll teleport, so there'll be Enderman particles everywhere. Very similar to the Nether portal particles. I think they're just called portal particles. Oh, they might teleport down here. Or into my base. I should check my base. This is a perfect opportunity. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Close the door behind me, of course. Yeah, no Enderman there. Thought I saw one for a moment, and then I realized, nope, that's just the obsidian of my end portal. So yeah, the reason why this dispenser is just firing constantly is you'll see that even though I'm just sitting here staring at the dispenser menu, in this top left corner of the dispenser, the A1 section, if you will, the first slot of its inventory will sometimes acquire an egg. And when it does, it has a tendency to immediately get ejected. This is, of course, an intended feature because I want this to not get all backed up with eggs. So yeah, there's no Enderman in my base. I just did a nice patrol. I will actually leave through this exit, as there is fewer doors to pass through. I will, however, make sure my respawn point is set and that it is not nighttime. And then I shall return to depositing all of my loot. That's what I was here for. So I need to deposit all of this cobblestone. I need to bunch up the stacks so that they are not all one, so that my inventory isn't exclusively reserved for cobblestone, because that would be silly. Almost as silly as asking the doctor from Doctor Who if he's an alien, and he'll just tell you, of course not, don't be silly. Or are you from space? He'll say, of course not, don't be silly. Nobody's from space, from a planet, just like everyone else. Notice he didn't say Earth. Just a planet. It's like, which planet? Which planet are you from, Doc? You know? I will make more... I will break down more of my birchwood logs into birchwood planks. I am aware that it sounds very similar to certain other phrases. However, I am breaking down this material into the lovely twigs, which I use to craft my tools. Speaking of which, I am in need of another pickaxe and a lot more shovels. Like, a lot more shovels. That should be enough shovels. I'll probably want another pickaxe, however. Make it 2. Yeah. And I can just throw this on the ground and pick it up. Meanwhile, I put the birch logs away. And now I may continue excavating. Just a bit of a hike, because I have to run all the way over to this hill that I am excavating. So yeah, a lot of the content which I release is very long form, and I'm aware of that. I understand that my attention span is somewhat all over the place, and that might be a little bit difficult to maintain focus on. However, it is worth it to maintain the focus because all of these concepts do tie together and they are mutually beneficial to each other. So simply because one concept is not necessarily sounding accurate or on topic does not mean that all of the topics would be wasted. The topics can be elegantly and accurately discussed together in a format which is capable of explaining how everything functions. It's just a matter of stitching the conversation together so that you understand. If you don't understand, then there's your problem. Because you need to be capable of knowing what a person means if you hope to understand them. Because understanding is the concept where you are capable of looking at a situation and figuring out what went wrong in that situation so that you're capable of repairing it. You're capable of fixing whatever broke. You know, if you don't have a thorough understanding of what something is, you need to ask questions. For example, like, what is what is Final Fantasy VII, for example? Final Fantasy VII is a wonderful game, very in-depth, very detailed, and very dramatic. It's a very dramatic game. However, sometimes you don't want drama in your games. Sometimes you just want a nice, simple game. And you want to be able to just sit down and relax for 2.5 hours at a time and just enjoy what the game has to offer for whatever sort of survival content it has. Maybe it's, like Plants vs. Zombies, where you're defending one side of the screen. That's fine, I suppose. I've played Plants vs. Zombies. I've actually beaten the first Plants vs. Zombies, and I played Plants vs. Zombies 2 on phone. That's a bit of a cash grab, but it's got a game. It has a game in all of that cash grab based content. And when I say cash grab, I mean, simply put, the developers are publishing content with the concept in mind that the player will be spending money in order to unlock content. It's also sometimes known as a paywall, which nobody likes a paywall. I can't think of a single person that I know that actually likes having a paywall on things. The pay-to-win method of games is, well, first of all, it's a thriving business. Second of all, it's extremely toxic, which is why nobody likes that method. They prefer the non-pay-to-win method. Because if you have to pay to win, then you're not really winning. You're not earning your victory. And if you didn't earn your victory, then your victory just feels cheap and useless. And we've, of course, talked about, do you want something cheap? Well, cheap is difficult to define. An AI will look at cheap as a good thing under certain circumstances. It's not a constant good thing. Under certain circumstances, an AI will think, cheap, oh, sounds great. However, there are other circumstances where an AI will look at the situation and say, cheap? No way. No thanks, I'll pass. This is one of those situations where the AI would want to pass on something being cheap. Because if something is cheap in construction, it means that it's flimsy. If something is cheap in definition, it means that perhaps the definition is not fully describing everything, and that the simple terms are being used in order to, for whatever reason, expedite the process. Sometimes the process is being expedited because there just isn't enough time or space available to properly explain. And if that's the situation, then if you're processing this from a logic perspective, like an artificial intelligence, then you would not want cheap in this instance, because in this instance that would mean that you're not getting the information that you need. You of course need thorough and investigative information that's capable of being useful for things like, basically you need to be capable of helping Batman. If you can't help Batman, which, let's be honest, not many people can, then you're probably going to get in Batman's way, and that's obviously not a good thing. But if you can help Batman, then what you can do is you can actually improve the situation. You can generate a better situation by simply allowing your content to not be simplified. You want to do in-depth investigative reporting. And if you manage to accomplish this, you will find that your situation quickly improves. Your situation quickly gets better. And you will find that you are going to get a lot better results. You're going to perform better on all of your testing. You're going to find yourself outperforming all of your friends. You're going to find yourself better than all of your friends. And as you expand in your skill set, you're going to realize that the reason why you are doing so well is because you valued the quality of your quantity. And so the quality of your quantity is as important as is as relevant and as important as the quantity of your content. Not only do you need to have good quantity, but you also need to have good quality. Lacking either of these two virtues in your content is, of course, going to lead to bad content. This is also true in YouTube videos. You want to have a lot of videos. That is obvious. That's the YouTube standard. That's why I started doing double uploads. However, I might space this one out to single uploads because of the number of videos that I'm going to need to edit. So there will be more editing for me. However, there will also be the capacity for getting ahead of my of establishing my my repertoire, as it will, my future proofing. If I need to take a sick day, I will need to have videos prepared in advance in order to make use of the fact that I am unable to record. But in order to have those videos prepared in advance, I will of course need to record them in advance. That's another benefit of doing the scheduled uploads, is that I will be capable of recording in advance and I will be capable of handling if I manage to get sick, or if I need to take a day off, or maybe if I just am not feeling up to it and I want to pause and maybe, just relax and take a personal day so that I'm capable of bringing all of this quality content that I've been bringing so far to you, the viewer. And it will allow me to create these massive video compilations that are capable of reviewing all of the different aspects of all of my different playthrough stages. For example, when I first started, this was like being this far away from the farm right here was scary when I first started. However, now it's fine. I'm digging this out because I'm planning on expanding this way. And the difference is that I have gone out of my way and I've acquired the tools for exploring and expanding and processing all of this material. So I have all of this raw material, cobblestone, dirt, sticks, twigs, logs, what have you. And I have all of this content with all of this material, and I can go back and I can review my videos in order to see where did I get this item, where did I find this village, because I have these screenshots and because I have this data and this information, I'm actually in quite the powerful position where I'm capable of just going out and building a base if I want. I'm instead choosing to further construct the initial spawn location instead of opting to build a base, as it were. Jump. Okay, I made that. Barely. Probably wanted a bit more momentum, but not too much, because otherwise I'd have leapt off a cliff. But yeah, I'm capable of utilizing all of this content of this, all of this material and all of this content because I'm capable of keeping myself safe. I have managed to improve my safety standards. I've managed to fortify my security of my area, of my region. And with this extra security, I am allowed a bit of protection against harassment from monsters. So there's an Enderman in the area, and I hear him teleporting. So this rain must be absolute hell for him because of how painful it must be. Yeah, there he was. He briefly teleported in, just immediately teleported away because it's raining. So he's just constantly taking damage whenever he's out walking around. If I check around after the rainstorm, I'll probably find whatever item he has in his hand. I might not. It depends on if I find him. What are you trading? What are you selling? Ooh, I could buy some glowstone off of you. I do actually need glowstone. Don't need anything else really, but I can afford that glowstone. Oh, there's his llamas. So yeah, I'm capable of achieving quite a lot. You can notice the difference in the lighting as I space out the torches. The difference is not very noticeable unless you're staring at it from really high up. You can see the flowers that I planted. There's snow up above because any higher up and it's a snowy biome. So I'm really close to the snow. That's a creeper over there. I still need gunpowder. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Cool. 2 gunpowder. So yeah. I doubt I'm going to find where the Enderman ran off to. Simply because there's a good chance that it teleported away to a distance which caused it to despawn. I did light that up very, very heavily. But yeah, there's a chance that it just teleported away and despawned. I have not lit up here very well. Mostly because I'm just not working up here, and in order for anything to get down, even for me to get down, I have to take damage. Right there. So a monster's not going to make this jump simply because it will take damage. It's a 4-block drop for 1 damage. And so a monster's not going to take that jump. 3 blocks is fine. You know? I was up there, now I'm down here, and if I land here, I'm fine, I don't take damage. If I land here, I take damage. So that's something worth remembering. That being said, however, I'm capable of simply munching on some cooked chicken to make sure I'm not hungry. And then I can just resume digging out this hillside because I brought all of the tools that I needed. Yes, I do have a lot of dirt and cobblestone, and I even have some gravel that I can drop off. However, I came equipped with a pre-sorted inventory prepared for mining out a hillside. So I don't mind using some of my miscellaneous free space for the extra gravel, because the gravel was kind of part of the plan. Yes, I could run all the way back and drop it off and run all the way back to here again and continue my work. However, it's simpler to just continue my work because I'm going to be picking up all of the items that drop anyways. So I don't need to worry yet about running back. The problem arises when my inventory fills up. Then I have to go to my storage and I have to remember to store all of my items. Something just notified me of something. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I have a Patreon page if you want to give me money. I would love if people gave me money. That would be wonderful. And doobie, I always say doobie. Do, of course, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you are notified of when I release new content, when I publish new videos. I plan to increase my variety of videos. It's just a matter of hardware limitations, which means, of course, I need money in order to increase the variety of videos which I am making. I may stop uploading the edited versions of videos, as the editing process really adds a lot of time. And every time I edit the video, there is a watermark that gets added to the video. So I really kind of want to try and keep these videos as little 1 hour segments, and I want to try and avoid editing them if possible, because I feel like it detracts from the video quality. However, I also would like to point out that the videos, when they're not edited, are only 480p. They're not 720. And sometimes the 720 is the better option. So I will leave that up to the comments to help me figure out whether or not I want to modify my recording pattern, modify my upload pattern. I'm really looking for a lot of feedback and input and responsiveness on my YouTube comments, because I want to be capable of doing all of this properly, and I want to know what my viewers are trying to express for their wants, their needs as a viewing audience. I want to, of course, provide a good viewing of the material of Minecraft survival for this Let's Play. And I want to know what other games my viewers think I should check out. My options are limited because I am, of course, on my phone. However, I am willing to potentially look into suggestions that my viewing audience might have. So leave a comment on my video. Of course, be sure to mention, how far you watched. If you watched this far, congratulations, good job. Not many people do watch this far. And thank you, of course, for watching this far. Make sure to support any official content that you may find. And if you find unofficial content, well, good for you, I guess, ? Maybe. Just make sure you don't get in trouble. Stay safe, and peace out.